What up, YouTube? It's your boy Tico Negro, live from San Salvador, El Salvador. I'm currently on my spring break. I'm not sure if, as much you may not know, I am a special education teacher. So during my breaks, I love to travel to see which country suits my needs for relocation. So right now, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents on El Salvador, so stay tuned. All right, YouTube, we are back live. All right, my first reason why I say El Salvador is a great country to move to, it is safety. Safety should be your #1 priority, right? Since we're not from this country, we need to know the ins and outs, and El Salvador has a president that's hard on criminals, so which is actually a great thing. Some people may say it's like human rights violations, but like, come on, these are gang members and you're not gonna be able to psychotize all of them, right? Or probably none of them. So safety is #1 for when we go to a vacation or trying to relocate to another country. Your safety should come first, right? Especially because you're not on your home turf. You don't have home court advantage, you know? There's nobody's gonna give you no home cooking. I mean, you may not get the proper legal representation or justice when you're in these other countries. But what I can say about El Salvador is this: they're tough on crime, and they're holding up justice to a T. So that's one great reason to actually move to El Salvador, because it's safe. You know, the president is making sure that he is eradicating all the gangs in the barrios. You know, that's #1. The second reason to move to El Salvador is it's economically friendly. You know, your dollar actually stretches here. To me, it feels like back in the United States, back in like the early 90s, where $20 actually can get you a lot of groceries in the grocery store. So, like I said, that's the second reason to actually move to El Salvador. It's economically friendly. Granted, like stuff like food and like groceries are cheap, but certain goods like buying Nikes or like certain shoes, certain name brands, those are actually maybe the same price as the States or a little bit more. So if that's an issue for you, you might want to consider that. But everything else, like housing, like the cost of living is low, and I think expats can actually, could come up and have a good deal on that for home ownership or just to own property or land. You know, so that's another reason why to actually move, because it's economically friendly. That's if you have your stuff in order. The third reason I'll say to move to El Salvador is the climate. You know, it's tropical. It says tropical weather you get in El Salvador, even though it can be very hot at times, but I'll stick with that. You know, this tropical weather is amazing. It's so amazing that you can take advantage of. It feels like summer year round. You know, so that's one of the beauties about being in El Salvador. It feels like summer year round. I'll say one negative thing that I can think of for El Salvador, because I'm gonna give you the good and the bad. One negative thing for me was sanitation, like the sewage system. It's awful. Like, you do smell it in some certain neighborhoods, and it's very bad. Like, I feel like they need to get that checked, right? It's very different from the States. Like, I don't smell like sewage, you know, going down, you know, certain streets or whatnot. And another issue that needs to be fixed are the roads, right? There's severe potholes. They're massive. You know, like, you can mess up your shocks. You know, if you want to bring down your car from the States to El Salvador. So that's something to consider, the potholes. And talking about the roads, another thing to consider is the driving here. It's just not here, but like other countries I visit, whether it's Dominican Republic or Costa Rica, the driving is like people cannot drive. I'm gonna say it, and I'm gonna sound very biased, but I think the United States have the best drivers, because it just feels like when you go to these other countries, it just feels like they just got their license yesterday, or they're driving without a license, So driving can be kind of intimidating in foreign countries. It really is, but you have to be more so of a defensive driver. Just think about yourself and others on the road before driving, because people do not, I've noticed people do not use their turn signals or any driving laws, to be honest. So that's another negative side, but which is not bad. I mean, if you don't if you don't plan to drive, then you're not really affected. So another positive that I can think of is, like I said, you can have land ownership, which you're able to buy property. Because I understand, like, in certain countries you're not able to own property, but in El Salvador that's not the case. You can, but you just have to figure out how will you, fund it. El Salvador is very rich in history. I love the culture vibes. I'm a history buff. I graduated with a history degree, and I love going to the Mayan ruins. I love going to the St. Anna Cathedral and just seeing these immaculate buildings and such the rich history. Like, it just makes me feel like I'm walking through a textbook, and that's one of my things that I like. And also, El Salvador do have a nightlife, a good nightlife. It's in El Tunco Beach. As if you're a nightlife person. So you get your party on over there. That's their party city, like their little Vegas on the beach, which is nice. Nice restaurants, beautiful scenery. And another thing, if you're like a beach person, if you like the beaches, El Salvador have a black sand beach, and which is very unique. And I'll definitely show footage of that to show you what it looks like. But my overall opinion about El Salvador is, this is one country I am considering to move to, but my first country to actually consider to move to is Costa Rica. That's my first love. I've been there 6 times in total of roughly around 60 days. So that's my first love. So Costa Rica for me, that's the country I'm leaning towards for relocation. But I'm still going to continue to travel to see what other country that may suit my needs, far as banking, far as housing, and just far as overall culture. The judicial system, that's very important to me, because I don't want to, something to happen to me and I'm unable to get justice. And sometimes that's how it is in some of these other countries. Like, you're unable to get justice, it's gonna be hard. And I need to learn the language a lot more and understand the people by understanding the culture a little bit more. So in order to understand the people, you gotta know the culture. So I'm gonna take my time to learn the culture so I can get to know the people. So I'm just, as I continue to be on my spring break and enjoy El Salvador, I'm gonna steadily give you guys updates on, best places to go to, fun beaches to go to, good activities to try. And also, I will show you guys different aspects that we need for our day living. The first time I went to El Salvador, I got some dental work done, and the dental work was very cheap. And I'm not going to say cheap. When you say cheap, it comes off as poor quality. It was very inexpensive compared to the States. The dental work done that I got done, I think We need to know where certain things are at, like, where's a good hospital, a good doctor, or do you plan to fly back to the States for your medical needs? So that's why, I'm making I'm traveling around to see what country actually suits my needs, what country suits Tico Negro the best. Or I could just country hop, not really call a one country home. So actually truly live that nomad lifestyle, and also I'm gonna have a video explaining how to actually get a remote job and what kind of industry you need to go in. As you guys know, I'm a special education teacher. Education is one way you can have a remote job. That's one way. Or anything in the field of education or in tech, that's another. I'll definitely show you guys a video breaking down what can you actually do. That's if you want to actually relocate. And if you have any comments or questions or concerns, please feel free to hit me up in the comment section. Give your boy a subscribe and a like. Tico Negro out.